everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are having a fun-filled and, like me, a very sunlight-filled Saturday. Today, I am making this video not to give you some content on 5 pointers of this and 10 types of this like I usually do. No, this video is unlike my previous videos because here I'm just going to discuss the topic and give you some food for thought. Yes, exactly. I am here to give you an assignment on Saturday. Sorry if there is any glare. There's just a lot of sunlight coming from my balcony and I'm loving it too much to close it. Okay? Alright. My food for thought that I want to give you today is very something that's always been there in background of my mind. But I was discussing it recently with a friend and it came to forefront and I felt like I should talk about it on my channel as well. Um, to give you some background, if you don't know me and if you don't regularly watch my content, which is fine by the way, you're missing out, but that's okay. I want to tell you a little bit about myself and my background. I was a law student and now I'm a legal professional working in a law firm in India. And I have most of the people that I meet, like any other circle, like any other industry, are people from law firms or are people doing any other kind of law. Basically, a lot of people that I meet are from legal background. They are all lawyers and legal professionals. And what I've noticed is that whenever I talk to anyone from legal profession, whether they are working in a law firm or whether they are litigating or whether they're doing anything, they all talk about the same things. And I'm not generalizing and I'm not saying that people are not unique and my friends don't have unique features. Of course, on my journey, I've met a lot of unique people and I've met a lot of people who would have like a one kind of trait that I really admire and I've kept those people in life and I've done a lot to keep them in my life, which is great. But, most of the times when I meet people, especially if I meet them in like parties or just in a formal setting or whatever, they all seem to blend together in my mind because they all have the same kind of thoughts. They all watch the same kind of shows, they all kind of same kind of movies, same kind of web series, same kind of books if they read. They all want to travel, they all want to do the same types of things in life, which is interesting also. But that makes me think about our entire, not only legal circle, but our entire generation, like millennials and Gen Zs. You know, what are we becoming? Because if we are also roaming around and traveling in and moving in circles that are very similar to each other, or when we are meeting everyone which is very similar, everyone is watching Delhi Crime and Indian Matchmaking, everyone is watching, these some kind of movies, everyone is dissing Brahmastra, everyone is what has this comfort shows, our friends in Modern Family and Big Bang Theory. Everyone just mends together in my mind, and I don't learn anything new. But there are people who come from out of the country or who come from a portion of a country that I have no knowledge of, or they would read some very interesting books, or they have met really interesting people, or they have a very interesting outlook towards life that really enrich me. And I can say with pride that all my friends and people that I'm close to are also very unique. They're not people that can blend together in my mind. There could be a reason to it that I have actually spent a lot of time knowing them. And maybe if you get to know each and every of these people, if you get to spend more time with them, you will understand that, they are not bad people. They are not bad, but they're not ordinary people. Everyone has a unique feature. I mean, that's why I started this channel or this podcast. And I've interviewed people also from every walk of life just because I wanted to understand and state that everyone has a unique feature and everyone is interesting and they have stories to tell. But if you just meet them on a surface level in a formal setting or in a party, they're all the same. And it takes a lot of time for me to dig in and understand them and see that, okay, they are unique. और हर इंसान को whatever people that you meet, you can't give every single person a lot of time to understand them, to form a bond with them. Nobody's got time like that, and it makes me worried about my own self development and our generation that has this generation, whether it's millennials or Gen Z, especially people who are born in 90s. Have we lost touch with unique features? Are we all just becoming slightly varied version of each other? Because we meet people, they don't have anything interesting to offer, and we as a generation don't have enough patience and time to give to a lot of people, to know a lot of people beyond surface level. So we feel like this is what a generation is supposed to do, and this is what I am supposed to do. So we get a very skewed version of life. It's said that you should know a lot of people from your own generation to get an understanding of where the time is going and what is expected out of you, what is the kind of growth that is expected out of you. And I completely agree with that statement. But if we don't spend time in nurturing our generation, and if a generation is just basically like a prototype after prototype of the same individual, even talking to the same to individual of the same generation, or maybe people even 5 years older or 5 years younger than ours, will not enrich us. And it's a big problem. I mean, I have a lot of friends who have taken jobs in outside India, and I do speak with them, and they have a different perspective. They're living in London or something, so they are going, they're traveling to different cities of Europe, or there's some they have taken litigation in very remote areas of India. They also have a very different perspective. But especially people living in metro cities, Mumbai, Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai, Kolkata, Pune, Ahmedabad, stuff like that, these big cities, why are we so alike each other? Like, for example, I don't drink, right? So a lot of people find it very amusing and very fascinating. And not because I don't drink and they drink, but because they don't meet people that have not chosen a path which is very, very, very um, unique, or which is very something that youngsters or people in their 20s and 30s around them are not doing. It's not about them drinking or not drinking. It's about they don't have many friends that don't drink. And I don't know, I think drinking or not drinking is a personal choice, but not drinking has become such a big thing. It's not about alcohol, but it's about us being prototypes of each other and our friends being prototypes of each other. I mean, it also has a plus point to it, and it also has a merit to it, because we are able to gel with a lot of people very easily. Unless somebody is really problematic and you're very different from them, they are all the same, right? I'm not dissing them, but they're all the same. So whenever you go to a party or whenever you go to a gathering or whatever that is, you're able to gel with people because you understand them, because you know 10 people like them and you know what they are on a surface level, or आपको surface level पे ही जाना है. After 3-4 hours you are not going to see them. So it has a great point of view. It brings a generation together as well, but it's also scary on the other hand. Like, I'll give you an example of Little Things. Like, if you've seen this web series Little Things, which if you are of my generation probably you have, a lot of parties that they throw, or whenever they meet their friends or youngsters or people their generation, we can relate to every joke in their generation. We can relate to everything that's happening in the party, every awkward moment, all the things that they're eating. A person who's sitting in a lounge chair with a beer, who's maybe secretly depressed. A childish sort of a girl who is very attached to their senior. A person diffusing the situation when it goes, haywire. A person eating enthusiastically. Some people jamming on a guitar. Some people, playing some kind of game or smoking outside in the balcony. You've seen people like that. That's our friend group. If we could, like, if you literally take out friends show, you can look at your group and you can name that, okay, you're Phoebe, you're Ross, you're Rachel, whatever that is. It's great that these shows were made so relatable, but these shows were also very easy to be made relatable because our generation encompasses 4 or 5 types of people, which is bewildering. uh, Bewildering probably is the most positive adjective I can ascribe to right now. So I was thinking about it, and I spent most of my weekend thinking about it, and I'm on my way to ruin your weekend. So please go and think about it, and let me know what is your thought in the comments, or message me on any of my Instagram accounts. My Instagram accounts are linked down below. I hope you enjoyed this video and I've given you something to think about. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, have a happy weekend.